Hey, you guys, you're watching Fuller House. We have special guest Songi Bringas with us, who plays Ramona. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Go ahead, Nick. Go for it.
He got the whole couch to himself, so he's flapping around. Welcome, everybody. I'm your host, Annika Michelle, here on another fun episode of Fuller House. And sitting directly next to me and singing beautifully, everybody, is Soni Bringas, who plays Ramona. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
We're so happy to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, and joining me, as always, my lovely co-host.
Hi, I'm Becca Brown. Y'all can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Becca B Talks TV.
Hey guys, I'm Andrea Fasano. You can follow me on all social media at Andy Fasano. So excited for Ramona!
Thank you.
What's up, everyone? I'm Nick Mardi. You can find me at NickMardi13 and on YouTube at The Latest Late Show with Nick Mardi, M-A-R-D-I.
He has the couch to himself. We threw the guy on the couch. We said, girls only on the table.
It's
Look
like
at that
my normal
wingspan.
day-to-day life.
He needs it.
You know what I need? A girlfriend. This is my life.
Oh my God.
Single life.
Two. You need one on each side.
Yeah.
True.
Oh my gosh. But we're so excited because this is actually one of my favorite episodes this season was New Kids in the House. And we're recapping two with you tonight. Mm-hmm. New Kids in the House and DJ and Kimmy's high school reunion. But we're going to start with New Kids. And I know we talked a little bit out there, but the fans didn't hear about this. So, like, you know, Kimmy and DJ go crazy over New Kids on the Block, and I know that they are real-life fans. Who would be the band that you would say you'd go crazy for if you had a choice?
I don't know. We were talking about this. And Jonas Brothers was like when I was a kid. Jonas Brothers was like the band that we were like. That's ours. So, say Jonas Brothers.
Yeah.
If they were still together.
I mean, look, would you go crazy for a Joe?
Yeah,
a Joe bro?
A Joe bro. One is enough.
Yeah, one Joe.
Have you seen Nick recently?
No, I mean, I think everyone has seen Nick recently.
True.
It's crazy.
Wait, which is the one that took off on like a real solo career? Nick, right?
Nick, yeah.
He's been the one with Kate Hudson.
And then Joe was like in like a new band.
Yeah,
DNC.
Joe's in DNC.
DNC.
Nick's been hot. Nick has been like
getting it.
Killing
Thank
it.
you.
And especially
I know.
with Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
Nick has been doing this.
Yeah, he's been doing his thing.
He's getting
Kinda
something.
sexy.
Yeah.
It's good.
So maybe you can talk to the producers. Maybe they're watching and they can get
Guest
the
star.
Joe Bros.
Exactly. Or one of them.
One of Nick
Or two.
Jonas or two.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, maybe that
Or all
could be your chance because I feel like the girls had their like New Kids. And maybe you should be going to a concert. Maybe your dad buys you concert
definitely
tickets.
mention something.
I'm just pitching this all for you. I'm helping you out here.
We're gonna start season 3 soon, so I gotta have some good pitches to be like, yo.
Yeah, how about this? So how about that? Like with season 3 coming up, do you guys get some like creative input into it?
Well, we did have a meeting with the writers, and it was mostly because sometimes they change the writers, and also in the break that we took working, they want to get to kind of know us again and kind of see our personalities and if they changed or not. And so we have a meeting with the writers before we start a season, just so they kind of get to know us.
That's awesome.
And so you just kind of tell them what you've been up to, and they just so they can get a vibe, and then that helps them kind of guide your character into what season 3 is going to be like.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Working up a little bit of ideas.
Yeah. Do you like ever find that you say like a personal story to one of them and it ends up in the show like the next week?
Well, I know that they incorporated dancing into Ramona because I know
you're so good. You're so good. Of course they did.
Yeah, once they found out that I was a dancer, and they're like, yeah, we should incorporate that because I mean, why not if someone has
Absolutely. We all agree.
Yeah.
We think that's what makes this show so awesome, that it's true to who the characters are, and by characters I mean the actors, obviously, but that's just fun. If you're good at it, we want to see you be good at it, not just hear the audience go woo and like us all be like, yeah, they need a little work. No, you're great, and it's so fun, and it's like so it gets you involved as a fan.
It's something that I like to do, and so it's good that I get to be able to do that on the show.
Awesome.
Do you think if you had to pick dancing or acting, could you? Oh, could you? I guess you had to, but
you can't make me answer this question.
She's like, no. It's like picking a baby.
Hard. Well, yeah, dancing has been part of my life for 8 years.
Wow. Okay.
But now acting is like starting to kind of like
take off.
Take off, and so the thing with Fuller House is that I get to incorporate both.
That's true.
Yeah.
You don't
So
have
I'm
to pick.
acting, but I still have my like dancing.
You don't have to pick right
yeah,
now.
exactly.
You don't
So
have
I
to
don't have to
pick.
make. That
I know we
decision.
didn't have you on for this episode, but you with Tonioli, well, I can't say his name right. Bruno.
Bruno, yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
That was a fun episode.
I mean, like I don't even watch Dancing with the Stars
this is the
anymore,
best.
but
Yeah.
I watched it in the beginning, and he is my favorite.
He's
And
the
just
best.
He
having
is.
him on,
He's
Oh my
so
God.
funny.
and he was so real with you, like meaning authentic to himself with you. And I just thought, what a cool opportunity, like
Yeah.
to play opposite
And
him.
that's him in real life. You think that
really
it's
is.
all, and no, it's him, and it's great because you have so much energy to feed
Yes,
off of.
yes.
It was just a little bit intimidating because he's
could
like a
imagine.
dance coach, and he's watching you, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna be like,
You're jumping
you're
over
great.
couches.
I know. I was like, I don't want to hit you. I'm like, it was so stressful, but he was super.
But he's so sweet.
super nice, and he was like hugging me all the time,
Yeah.
and like we would be going over lines. He's like, okay, let's go over them, and I was like, wow, you don't expect
Yeah.
that.
That is so
and
cool.
which was great because once you have someone there to work with, like it's so much easier.
yeah.
Would you say yes to Dancing with the Stars?
So many people have said you should go on
Yeah.
the show, and I like at the same time it's like I feel like I'm not good enough.
What?
And
I
I'm
think you
like,
should.
So good.
Oh my god.
But I feel
See
like
the people on this show sometimes.
it's also the age thing. I'm not sure if I'm old enough,
Right.
but everyone's
Yeah, you
saying,
are.
I
and
think
I'm like,
you are.
Hey, why not?
I mean,
could be the
I think it
youngest
would be
one.
a great experience because you learn like tango and you learn like
All
the
of
waltz
them.
Yeah.
and like it would be a great experience.
Wasn't Lori Hernandez only like 16?
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
what's
So you
her
maybe-
name
you
from
have 2
Disney
years.
Channel?
Yeah. I'm gonna turn 15 soon.
There you go.
There you go.
You got.
I'll sneak
next
in there.
season-
I think you should go.
Well, I'll vote for you. Me and him do Dance with the Stars after show
Yeah.
sometimes too, so we'll be making sure that we
Yeah.
get the votes for
We'll
you
see,
guys.
That's awesome.
That would be so fun. But in this episode, like they got to go on stage and they got to like dance with New Kids on the Block. And I know that you guys are all huge Full House fans, so I know
yeah.
you guys are
Yes.
gonna relate to what I'm about to say.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
But
go
did
ahead.
that not remind you of when they pulled up the Beach
Beach
Boys?
Boys! I knew. I wrote that.
Yeah.
It's in my notes.
It's right
was
here.
this not reminiscent of Hawaii
Yeah.
with the Beach Boys?
Okay.
Hawaii with the and then like DJ wins the thing. Who's gonna get the ticket? Who's gonna go
Yes,
to the Beach Boys
yes.
concert? And then she couldn't pick, and they had that huddle, the Beach Boys huddle, like the New Kids huddle. I'm like, I see what you guys are doing.
And it works. It
Yeah.
still works somehow. Like
Yeah.
it's so awesome that this formula for Full House and for Fuller House like keeps working. Did you ever see that one? For
I don't
old Full
remember
House?
that
Oh,
one.
believe me, if you saw it, you would.
Yeah.
They went to Hawaii and then the whole family was on stage with the Beach Boys.
yeah.
But you know,
Something boys.
yeah, but for that time to have that kind
huge.
of act on a show
Yeah.
was huge within itself, and then it's such like an amazing like episode to
Yeah.
have now that's so vintage right now, you know.
And the great thing is that you could tell, like Andrea and Candace are big fans of New Kids on the
Huge,
Block
yeah.
in real life.
Yeah.
And you could feel, like, since the first day of rehearsal, you could feel their excitement. They're like, because I think they've met them before.
I'm sure
but
they
they were
probably
still
have.
like, it was the
That's
first
cool.
time. Like, when are we gonna see them? They all had like their New Kids shirt. They were like, they were so, and I know that it was a dream for them
so
to.
funny.
be
She's, like,
on
all over
stage.
his chest.
I know.
That was
I
really
could tell
dying.
Candace. Everyone was laughing because Candace was just they're like right there.
so
They were-
funny.
They were
awesome.
That was
fangirling really hard.
Right, and she did awesome too. She was really
Yeah.
good at
Yeah.
like acting and being like kind of loopy from the drugs, from going to
Right.
the dentist, and then she's all over him. And I'm thinking about her as a girl,
Yeah.
who's a
Freaking
fan
out
of
inside.
of
Yeah.
New Kids,
She's gotta
then
be.
being an actress and going through that. And I love that's what this show does too. It kind of breaks that wall sometimes, obviously the fourth wall, and so you see them as actors, and you're just like, but there is people, and
Yeah.
it's so cool. I love it.
Yeah.
And not only did she get to go up there with them, she got to be serenaded by them.
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
lost
That's
my mind.
like a dream
Would have
come
lost
true.
my mind. Lost it. But they also
great.
did it twice on Full House. Then she remember when she won the contest and she was like, Kimmy, what's the band's name? She like won a radio contest, and they gave her like tickets, and she couldn't pick who to take because they only gave her 2 tickets. And then like the Beach Boys come to the house with the limo, and
Yeah.
Michelle's like, no one's coming to the concert.
funny.
Or maybe that was Stephanie because she was too little.
Right.
And then they all
Possibly.
Beach Boys were like, let's take all of you, and then they all sing in the stadium, and it was
Crazy.
phenomenal. Oh my gosh, flashback.
I know, we're like, okay, back
Nostalgia.
to now, but like,
Yeah.
love it.
It's
Present
crazy.
day.
I love, and they do like little things like that. Like even in the next episode, like they do little things every time. Like she's wearing a whatever shirt.
know
If y'all
whatever
can't see. And obviously that was Kimmy Gibbler's ex-boyfriend Dwayne's catchphrase.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah. Who we'll talk about later. They
perfect.
found they got the same guy to come back. I was like, what? That's I didn't have to even look him up. I knew that was him right away. It was crazy.
He had it on his little badge,
Yeah,
too.
he did.
And I was like, yes.
He did.
The nostalgia.
He did. I have to say, y'all know I'm Team Steve still. I have to say it. We have a Team Steve and Team Matt thing going, and I'm Team Steve. Look, I like Matt. I interviewed John. He's the nicest guy ever. I think he's so sweet. And I don't know. It's the whole thing about watching Full House and they have a history.
The memories,
you want them to be. Come on, pull
That high
together.
school
What's
couple.
going on?
Finally, we need one last, seal
So
the deal.
I'm Team Steve, and I thought that it was the cutest thing that Steve gave Matt credit for the gift. For the
I was
like passes.
That was, yeah.
It was
I was surprised by it,
Yeah. Because I feel any other guy was my God, you loser gift with your
I would've
tennis
gotten
racket.
tickets.
he would have gotten away with
Yeah.
it, but no.
It was me.
That just shows
Yeah.
how nice of a guy
Yeah.
Steve is.
Yeah, which makes me want him even more to
Yeah.
come on.
It's so hard because they're both and once you know the actors,
Right.
once you know Scott and John, it's you can't
Yeah.
pick.
Who would you want if you were picking
pick
for
both.
DJ? Who would you pick? Who do you think she should end up with?
I don't know.
Ooh.
It's such a hard question because they both have their pros and
Cons,
And
yeah.
they're different.
Do they
still.
have
different.
cons?
That's the thing.
And just both nice
no,
guys.
you can't. There's no cons.
There's no cons.
I'm just saying the con being, it's not really a con, but I'm saying Steve has a history
And Matt is new.
new. That's the thing. It's something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. We make a little wedding going on,
But now they have but now Steve still has a ghost with CJ and Matt's available. So I think in
know.
DJ's mind she's kind of well, Steve's taken.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I'm guessing there's not much she can
But you
do.
can tell in those
But
looks.
Steve's
Those
not
looks
over
say
her.
a lot.
Those
Those looks say a lot. It's
Steve is not over her.
And in the last episode, she
I
revealed
know,
that she
she
was gonna pick
revealed.
Steve. That was a shock
I'm
for everyone because
telling
I don't think people pay. I don't think we pay
Yeah.
attention on set
Yeah.
until we rewatch. We're like, oh wait,
That's funny.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
You're so involved in your moment, your
Yeah,
thing.
and
That
then you
that's a
realize-
really funny thing to learn.
How long did it take you to watch the whole season? Do you just watch it one day? Do you binge it?
Yeah, for season 2, I stayed up till midnight
Oh
just
Oh
to
my gosh,
watch
I
it.
love it.
Mhm.
Did you watch it with
That's
other
cool.
people in the cast, or did you just by yourself with your family?
No, because my family was knocked. They crashed at 8 p.m. because my parents. But no, I stayed up until midnight and I just watched it. Just kind of. It was 4 hours. So I probably stayed up till 4 a.m.
Wow.
God.
Wow.
And it was funny because we've rehearsed and we've gone over. So I was watching the show and I was going over the lines.
Yeah.
Because I know everything.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
do it so much.
Do you ever see it and be like, dang it, they cut this out. I wanted it in there.
Yeah, there are some parts where I'm just like, oh wait, we filmed that, but I think it's time reasons
Right.
or they didn't get the right shot.
Yeah.
But they all overall they make it look like a good episode, which
That's
is
good.
They're all good.
I mean,
showed
all
the best parts.
all the episodes are good.
yeah.
Great.
Did you watch Full House? You knew Kimmy Gibbler. You were about to come into the Gibbler family for this audition. Did you know what you were getting yourself into? Joining
I feel
the Gibbler
so
clan?
bad saying this, but no.
Oh, really?
The thing is that my parents moved here from Spain after the show
Okay.
had ended. And
Oh,
so
okay.
they didn't grow up watching it, and therefore I didn't grow up
Wow.
watching it.
That's so cool,
I
though.
know. You got it.
We're
So it
getting
didn't
real
matter.
behind the scenes
This is
stuff here,
behind the
guys.
scenes.
Yeah.
But I think that's better because you didn't have those preconceived notions of being a nerd or because Kimmy was a nerd or
Yeah.
being over the top
Yeah.
because Kimmy was over
But
the
I did
top.
have to study though.
Yes.
Because I know that Kimmy is a very unique and iconic
Right.
character, and so I went on YouTube and I did
Wow.
my research and I searched Kimmy scenes from Full House, and I had to learn her facial expressions.
Yeah.
And also, Ramona's different because she
Yeah.
has Fernando, so I couldn't be exactly like her.
Yeah.
But I did have to have some kind of characteristics, like the whole
And
like the
that
eye thing.
was awesome.
I have to say, casting did really good because
Yeah.
you look exactly like her.
Everyone says that.
You
Everyone
could be
say I
their
look
child.
more
Yeah.
like them my real
That's
parents.
so
You just mush
funny.
them together, and it's
Yeah.
Like the first episode I saw, I was like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
impressive, good job."
Yeah.
See, and I definitely, once Fernando came out, I was like, yes.
Yeah, I was like,
yes.
okay,
Yeah.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
And I feel like you are both personalities into one. I feel like we didn't know Fernando in Full House, obviously, but I feel
Yeah.
like you are definitely you have Kimmy's side, you have Fernando's
The Latin
side.
side,
Yeah,
yeah.
you definitely have both. And I love that you can talk in Spanish to him.
Oh,
And she
yeah.
has no clue what you guys are saying.
yeah. There's this one episode where I'm teaching her
remember,
Spanish,
yeah.
and it's so
She
funny.
has no idea.
I
She's
don't
like-
want cheese.
Yeah.
yeah. And I'm like, oh.
It's so fun, I feel like. And, like, you obviously have to still go to school on set, and I'm sure the other kids do as well. Do you guys all have the same amount of hours you have to do school? Do you guys, like, how does that work?
Yeah, we have, I think every day we have a minimum of, like, 3 hours that we have to do.
Okay.
And then we do school in the morning, and then we go to work. But school's fun. Like, we have a teacher, and I have Michael next to me, and so it doesn't feel hard. But it's fun.
Is Ashley and Elias and all them in class with you guys too?
No, Elias is since he's in a younger grade, he has his own teacher. But Ashley, and sometimes when Isaac comes back on, all of the teenagers are in a room.
That must be so
But sometimes
fun.
Elias comes up, like, once we're done with school, and we'll, like, start playing with, like, Nerf guns.
Oh my
or, like, we'll start, like, painting and stuff.
I like school.
That's
I like school. It is a fun school. And when we're not doing
amazing.
school, we're playing board games.
Yeah.
Or we're playing cards.
I heard about
It's
your
great.
pizza parties on Friday nights.
Ooh.
I heard about these amazing pizza parties you guys have.
Once we do the live audience show, every Friday night there's a pizza party.
That's so
awesome.
fun.
It's a great.
I mean, that's
great
perfect.
That sounds like a family, like a real family.
Have you?
What an experience.
Which is why, like, the show,
I
know.
when you watch it, you're like,
yeah.
it's a family show. Like, you can,
Family
you get the family
behind
aspect.
us, yeah.
And I know
watching.
a lot of the adults on the show have kids in real life that are close to your guys' age. Have you been able to make friends with them at all? Do they come on set to visit you guys?
Well, I know Candace's kids are older. Like,
Right.
she has one kid. His name is Max.
Yeah.
And he'll sometimes come on set, and we'll all play laser tag
Yeah.
together. And then I know Andrea and Jody's kids are around Elias's age.
Oh, okay.
And so they
I thought
kind of.
Andrea's was around your age for some reason. But
I
maybe
think
not.
they're about like 10.
Oh, okay, so they're a little
10,
younger.
11, and
Okay.
8. Yeah.
Okay.
They're like in like between
Transition phase, yeah.
us, the teenagers, and Elias.
Yeah.
But I know Jody's girls are with Elias all the time.
That's so cute.
They're the same age, and they all hang out.
That's really
Super
cute.
cute.
That's adorable.
It's adorable.
That's my gosh. I want to come party
That
with
sounds
you
like
guys.
a
I wanna
pizza.
come
Just hang out.
We should come to the Friday
come
night
on
pizza
set.
party, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We
That'd
will
be
be
cool.
there.
Put in a good word.
You guys are welcome anytime.
Thank you. We're gonna let people know.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Soni invited us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can watch back the footage. It's fine. We're supposed to be here.
I
Even
think
the pizza.
more than Full House, I would just be excited about the pizza.
The pizza.
Yeah.
More
Like, the
than
show was great. Where's the
Cool,
pizza?
cool,
Right.
cool.
Let's get to the food. Yeah.
Nick, I heard there'd be pizza.
I want to know how you had your family. They all came over here from Spain, and how did you get into acting?
It was actually through dancing, because after I was in Oregon for 10 years, and my mom put me in dancing when I was very young, and we kind of like evolved from tap and ballet, and then I started finding out that hip hop is what I wanted to do. And so then I spent a year in Costa Rica for my
Wow.
dad's work, and that's where I went to a dance studio, and that's where I really started becoming passionate about dance. And we went to conventions in New York, and then that led me to LA. And so then we moved here about 4 years ago for dancing, and I found acting, and I fell in love with it.
Wow.
And you booked a huge role.
Yeah,
at
really.
such a
Yeah.
young age. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, so lucky, because a lot of people are out here still struggling and not make it. So you're very, very fortunate, and that's amazing. You totally deserve it. You're
Yeah.
so
Thank
sweet and
you.
so talented, and I'm so happy that you got
Thank
it.
you. Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah, it's great. We have to recap the other one really quick.
Yeah.
And then I got to fan questions. My phone is
Tons
blowing
of questions.
up.
Yeah.
Y'all, I hear your questions. I see them. I'm trying to get to them.
feel
But
'em.
let's get to this really quick. We're gonna do a really fast recap on the high school one. First of all, I don't know if y'all have ever been to a high school reunion. You guys might be a little too young,
Not yet.
but they're kind of interesting.
I'm scared. I don't.
But I have to say, I was living that DJ. They got Viper. They got Nelson.
Yes.
They got Kathy Santoni.
Everyone.
Oh my god! Every enemy
It was
is
a
friend of me.
reunion.
They got Kimmy's old prom dress with the lights. Oh my! And that was like their last episode, because that was when they got canceled. When they went to prom, it was like, because remember Michelle hit her head. And
Oh my gosh.
What is she gonna remember? DJ can't go to prom. I
right.
can't leave Michelle. Like, that was their last episode without them knowing. So it was kind of cool to have them go back. And then that picture of Steve and DJ, and then he saved her at the dance. Like, I'm telling you, these
It's
moments,
recreating
people.
These moments.
Tons of flashbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great, and I love that she's wearing, like I said, the
whatever.
whatever shirt,
Yeah.
repping her mom's
Totally didn't plan
ex-boyfriend's
this.
So
her mom's ex-boyfriend's catchphrase.
It was great having them back on set, and
Oh,
you
I'm
could tell
sure.
they just fit right back into their characters.
Yeah.
And it was great because some of them like are away from the business for like 20, 30 years,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you see them just come back.
Isn't
and
that
you're like,
interesting?
wow. And it's amazing, and you felt like the whole Full House like atmosphere on set. It was really cool.
Interesting.
That's cool.
So,
Especially because, I mean, there was recently the kid from Jerry Maguire, when he was a little kid, they were talking about him trying to come back into the business right now after 12, 15 years. something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like, that's why we're reading that article, and now you tell me about that is something interesting, how they're trying to jump back into
It
it.
makes sense. I loved her dress.
Turns
Side
out.
note, Candace Cameron's dress. That
Of course.
tube
Yes.
When are we
Hello.
gonna look for that
Worn
on
on
the site?
TV. I already looked. There's a site I don't know if you know about. We talked about this last week called WornOnTV.net, and we're not advertising for them. I'm just letting her know. But like they do your guys'
It's the
show
best.
and every other show you can think of in the world, and they will find that exact match of who's wearing what, shoes, accessories, everything.
Because we're all obsessed with Candace's wardrobe.
Yeah.
Like, everything she puts on is
No,
awesome.
the wardrobe, the stylists are amazing.
They're
It's
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah,
I'm obsessed with
Stephanie
everything on
too,
TV.
everybody.
Yeah, and they'll give you the link. Of course, we can't afford any of the wardrobe pictures, but we'll try to find, and I'll say like
Yeah.
similar ones, you know. So I've looked on there for her dress, ladies and gentlemen. It's not on the website yet, but once it comes, you better believe I'm like, where am I buying this? Where is it?
Yeah, because you see a lot of people with like the bacon and egg scarf that Kimmy
Yes.
because people make them on Etsy.
How could you
Oh,
not
wow.
want some of
And
those
it's-
things that she wears? The shell necklaces that she the
And she has
necklaces.
her sharp earrings.
Oh
Yeah.
my
And-
god.
And she had these high heels that had an aquarium in them.
Oh,
No way.
I just want
gosh.
a Kimmy wardrobe.
Exactly.
See?
Like,
Gotta go on there.
I need
Yeah.
a closet full of
It's
her
crazy.
outfits.
And I remember the Thanksgiving episode, she had a ring that had like a little mini Thanksgiving feast on it.
Oh, hey.
It's
Where do they
Where do you
find
find
this
it?
stuff?
That is
Where
the
do you
best.
find it?
amazing.
Way cool.
If you
That's
go into
awesome.
like the wardrobe, the room, and
Yeah.
then you see like Candace's and Jody's, and you see Andrea's, and it's just color, and it's you could
Crazy.
She
It's
rocks
crazy.
it. She
and
rocks
it
it.
totally fits her.
Yeah,
It's
she wins.
insane.
So funny.
Would you say, I mean, I'm sure, okay, I'm going to just make this general and you can say who. Who's most and least like their character in real life? So who's most like their character and who's least like their character in real life?
I know Michael said Andrea, and it is true
That she's
because
least.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's very sweet,
John said that too.
kind, just calm and collected, and you think that
Should be
she's
crazy.
super
Yeah.
hot,
Yeah.
but that just shows like how talented she is, that she can go from that and into this burst of energy.
Yeah.
And I think everyone else is pretty similar to the character. I know me and Michael are very similar to our
Yeah.
characters because we have that brother-sister dynamic
Yeah.
on the show and off the show.
Yeah,
Aw,
that's
yeah.
adorable. Okay, I have to know because I'm sure. Do you think it'd be weird if Jackson and Ramona?
Oh,
You already know where I'm
I
going
I
with
know
this
where you're
question.
going. This Jamona.
Yeah.
I get it because I know the fans want it, and I think it would be great if we gave them like a little like teaser or something.
Right.
The only issue I have is that they're living together.
Yeah,
and
that's
that
our
they-
issue.
that's-
That's what we
We said
talked about last
That's our
week.
issue,
We're
too.
like-
But I mean, like, you never know. Maybe, like, the very last episode, they might just do something very
Yeah.
innocent,
Yeah.
but that just leaves the fans... Because you want to kind of
Yeah.
keep the
Guessing.
fans,
Yeah.
like, watching.
Possible.
Yeah.
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? You guys could be 18 by the time that this show
Right.
ends, and they're
The
starting to
writers-
do that.
the
I mean, that's a
writers
long
have their
time.
own
Yeah.
Plan, you never know.
And maybe you
I
guys
could
have
see that
moved out
happening.
at that point. You're not down the hall.
Maybe.
It's not
Exactly.
like a they're like literally 2 steps away from each other dating teenagers.
We're not
you know?
saying no yet.
Nice.
Yeah.
You never know.
Okay.
Hope for the
No, I can
fans.
see it happen.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Lola though.
Yeah, oh, Jola.
I think it would cause some tension.
It would cause some tension. And it'd be like the Matt and Steve.
What'd you say, Jamona?
Jamona.
Jamona.
And Jola.
Jola, yes.
But, I mean, Ramona has a love interest this season, so...
She does. Okay, can we talk about that? No one can say it. Paco or Popco?
Bobby Popco.
Popco.
It's like popcorn, but it just
Popco.
the
Without the
doesn't-
RM.
Yeah, Popco.
Okay.
Bobby Popco.
Bobby
That name.
Popco. I love
Yeah.
the
Writer who
name.
thought of that name.
I know. What was going on?
Yeah, no, it was
I
great.
got it.
Interesting name.
I had some popcorn for lunch. It'll be good.
You know, when we were younger and they had those characters on the show, I was, we were your age, so I kind of, you felt that animosity towards whoever played that character. You were like, God, they're such a jerk. But let me tell you, I'm a little bit older than you, and I still can't stand Popco. Like,
Yeah.
I get that animosity towards him. I'm like, don't be such a jerk.
Yeah.
Like,
But in the nearest episode, she did give him a
He
kiss
did.
because he wasn't
I was
being a
gonna
jerk
say.
trying to
He
push
was.
for a kiss.
Yeah.
It was,
yes,
I
I
finally,
understand.
because like then the woman was like, okay, I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
You had him in control.
Because he kept like pushing and pushing, and I'm like.
Was that weird to do a kiss on screen, or was it just like whatever?
I mean, it was my first on-screen kiss, the third episode.
Ooh.
And I mean, we had rehearsal, so there wasn't any cameras then. I don't think it was that it was nerve-wracking because it's like people are watching you, and it's like, do we do it now? We were asking like, do you want to do it for rehearsal? Because it's good to rehearse. But we're like, do you want to do it? And then it just kind of happened. We're just like, once you do it, then it's fine.
Right.
Sure.
And then you get used to it, and then there's no more like. Whatever.
Awkwardness,
Whatever.
Exactly. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. But y'all did great. And I don't know, I'm kind of voting for you and Jackson to get together. I told him that too when he came in, I'm pretty sure. But I don't know. Y'all, like, look.
I'd be down for that.
I mean,
how cute would that be?
I mean, I'm not arguing it.
Kimmy and DJ's friends get together. Kimmy and DJ's kids. Like, I feel like then it'll be fuller house.
Wow.
Yeah, just creating
Just keep going.
trilogies.
The Fullers, keep going.
Just a franchise.
Amazon's gonna have Fuller.
Oh
Fuller
my gosh,
yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah.
Full on.
I'm telling you. I'm gonna go to some fan questions.
All
'cause
right,
they are
let's
literally
go.
blowing up my
Yay.
phone, and I want to make people happy. So I'm gonna do that. Let's start. Oh my gosh, thank you all so much for your questions.
Thank you.
I'm gonna try to get to as many as I can.
Oh, and congrats, because you guys got a
I
People's
know,
Choice
we're
Award.
so
That was exciting. Thank you.
Congratulations. Well deserved.
Very well
Yes,
good.
thank you, James.
I was like, yes.
Okay, so this one is from Mariana Rodriguez, and she says, Soni, what can you tell us more about season 3 for Fuller House?
Ooh.
I actually have not a lot because, again, like I said, we have the writers' meeting, and that's mostly just to kind of get to know us and see, and then we pitch. We're like, hey, do you think it'd be interesting if, they're like, what do you think should happen to Ramona? Well, do you think it'd be interesting if this happened? And then, but you never know until you get the script.
Nice.
Because you're on set, and you hear ideas, like, what if this happened? What if that happened? You're like, oh, that'd be cool. And then something happens, and it just doesn't work out.
Right.
So you never know.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be interesting if Ramona got, like, a bad influence, like a friend, like a bad friend. Like a Gia. Exactly. A Gia. Just to kind of, like, test her and, like, see, like, she goes to, like, a party, or they're just, like, a bad influence, and you just kind of see Ramona,
But
like...
you are Ramona is so smart. She's so sophisticated for her age. And I said this, you obviously weren't here, in one of the earlier shows when we were covering the episode. I think it was with Popco. We don't
know what to call him.
Because just your way that you responded to whatever he was saying was so mature. I said, even now, I don't know if I would be as mature if someone called me out. He was calling you out on not having your first kiss yet. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, wow, they write so maturely for you and so sophisticated, but more in a way that it's a good role model for girls. Mm-hmm. That, you're not intimidated. You don't feel embarrassed. And so I'd be sad to give you someone to get influenced by, but obviously you would come out.
We would watch
in the
it.
end.
But I feel like that'd be good because that happens
true test.
in real life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone has those friends that kind of tempt them with like certain things,
For
and I
sure.
think it'd be interesting to see Ramona kind of like fight that, like by peer pressure and all that stuff.
Right.
And it'd be good for teenagers watching because so they have someone to relate to.
Yeah.
That's very true.
After season 1, did they take any of your ideas that you pitched them for
I'm
season
trying
2?
to. I know that I wanted a love interest for season 2, and that obviously did happen.
Popco.
Because and they gave me Popco. I was like, sure, let's roll with it. It was very interesting because you saw the bad guy, and then you see him kind of break her heart, and you see her struggle through that, which was very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of something else. It's a very good question. I know.
I mean, I realized, would they take your season 2 ideas to season 3?
I know that we wanted some holiday episodes, and they did do that for season 2.
Yeah, they had
Everyone
a lot
was
of
trying to. Yeah, we
so
covered
much fun.
everything,
Yeah.
which
It
was
was so
super
much fun.
exciting.
Yeah, and if you binge the whole series like you did in one night, then you went through every holiday.
You went
one
through the
night.
whole year.
Yeah.
It was a whole year.
Christmas season.
It's crazy.
I loved the holiday episodes.
It was
Yeah.
also
the
fun.
family aspect, and I liked the Thanksgiving one with the round
Yeah.
table.
Yeah.
And how the camera
very-
that
I love
at the
that.
end. I was like,
That was
that gave me
everyone's
chills.
The kids' table
Yeah.
reminded me of the kids' tables I still sit at.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Like-
gosh, it happens all the time.
Why do we still?
Why
sit at
are we
the
still on the
table?
kids' table, ladies and gentlemen? I went to a wedding and they put me in a kids' table, but that's a whole. And this is like 2 months ago. I kid you not. I was so Why am I sitting with 7-year-olds that I do not know? That's a whole different story.
So I can kind of handle it.
I love kids, but I just felt a little like there's 3 tables of people that I know over there. Why am I sitting with 5-year-olds I've never met before in my life? Anyways, that's a different story. Back to fan questions.
We're getting off topic.
Elise Jeffrey wants to know, if you could dance with anybody dead or alive, who would it be?
Ooh. Non-dancer or?
I mean, she said anybody, so.
That is a very good question.
Dead or alive, so you have a lot of choices.
There's a lot of choices. Let's think.
I guess it doesn't have to even be a dancer. It could be like literally anybody if you dance
Justin
with anyone.
Timberlake.
Ooh, yes,
good.
Justin Timberlake.
Cool. Good choice.
Because he's a dancer, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
That'd be great. Have him singing and dancing, and I'm just like, yo, what's up, Justin?
Yes.
Come boogie with me.
Maybe you should be in his
music video.
Exactly.
We're on the same level tonight.
Hey, Justin.
I think they read each other's minds.
Yeah, really. We're like the end bookends of this thing. That's a good call.
That's a very good one. If he's watching, Justin, you never know. He might be watching right now.
I'm ready.
Look at her go.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
the Jonas Brothers did watch and JT.
Exactly.
Like, you never
You're
know
about
who's
to get
sitting
hit
and
up by
watching.
everyone.
It's crazy.
Just have one episode of every celebrity that I want. Just like
Rolling through.
Just going through.
What's
Hi,
up? Yo,
what's up? What's up?
High
There
five.
you
Just
go.
high five.
Yeah, just like make a list right now of like who you want on the show in season 3.
That's what I would do.
It's like DJ's dream board. Yeah.
Danzita Aguirre, I really hope I just pronounced your name correctly, wants to know, what languages can you speak?
Ooh,
That's
okay.
a good
Let's
question.
go through
Thank
them.
you so
English,
much. Ooh,
Spanish.
okay.
Where my parents are from, in Spain, there's a language that we speak called Catalan.
Okay.
And then I know sign language.
Ooh.
So I'd say 4.
It seems like such a Full House episode to do sign language.
I want to pitch that. I think I told them.
Sounds like a Full House kind of scenario.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great
Somebody
to have
stumbles
like
into
a
the
deaf
house,
friend or
like-
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
That'd be a cool episode. That'd be
totally
kind of like a
sounds
very
wild.
And reaching out to
groundbreaking
the deaf
episode.
community.
A lesson
Very-
learned. A lesson learned. Like, take sign language in high school. I totally see, like...
Yeah, it's
Very
a beautiful
educational.
language. Yeah.
That's
great.
one of my dreams to take sign language.
What was one of your favorite episodes of season 2?
Season 2, the Christmas episode.
Yes,
It's definitely
I love that one.
One, it was one of the funniest episodes for me. And 2, we had the whole Nutcracker.
Yes.
That was
Nutcracker.
absolutely
One
perfect.
unforgettable
my mom
experience. Mom,
That
we
was
gotta
my
we gotta wrap
favorite
this up. People are it was a
I
great.
could not stop staring at you guys in the mouse. Like, they really went all out with the costumes.
Yeah, I
and
was
you
like,
were
you were
half
dying.
Nutcracker, half mouse legs.
Thing with like a hump, a tail. We got a crown.
And I
with
was
a
waiting
sword.
for them when you put the hat on you to wipe the makeup off, but they let you keep it on. You just went for it, and I was like, "This is hilarious."
Yes.
It was.
That was
We had
so
like
good.
a week of rehearsal
Oh, wow.
for the dance numbers, and then we had to rehearse with the costume on, and that was like a giant hump, and we're like
my
walking.
gosh.
But it was great.
Can I just say, this is how much I love this show, and I love you guys, the actors on the show. I wanted to see you in the Nutcracker without the mess. Like, yes, the episode was hilarious, but I was like, oh, I think she would have done a really good job. Like, I wish you
Like
were
maybe before the
performing.
episode, see
I
Yeah,
wish you were
that would've been
performing
fun, yeah.
for the Nutcracker and
Yeah.
like watch you in it. So hey, the Playhouse out here, maybe you could do that
right.
next Christmas.
We just need
Call us, let us know, because I really
We will be there watching
Well,
front
we need-
row.
we
Front
need
row, no.
that like whole show, that whole scenario to go down to.
Yeah.
But it was
On-
great.
live on
Andrea-
stage.
Andrea was amazing. She was super funny. She was
I'm
hilarious.
sure.
She's
gets-
shopping. Put it back.
Check the beans, check the dates, put them back. They're expired. That was majority of it was improv.
Me up.
Oh my god! And they all followed her. They
Yeah.
all just went along with it. Amazing,
It was
That
great.
was awesome.
But it was a whole choreographed number.
amazing.
I like that point during that, because we're speaking of that episode, during that episode where Stephanie was like, can you pretend to talk to me? And she was like,
Right.
I'm like, she's like, do that all the time.
And she's like,
like
perfect.
talking. Yeah.
How rude.
It was great.
What other questions we
Yes,
have?
Yeah.
one more from That's So Reina. So her name is Reina, I'm assuming.
That's so.
There you go. That's what you have to sing that song when that
Exactly.
comes up. So she goes, "What was your reaction when you found out you were chosen to play the one and only?" I'm sure she meant Ramona Gibbler.
I love that title, the one and only.
The one and only.
I'm trying to remember the day. Okay, So I remember I think I was doing school, and my parents got the call.
Like school?
Yeah, homeschool. Yeah, homeschool, because I'm homeschooled. And they got the call, and my mom, I just hear her crying, and I'm just like, what is going on over there?
Yeah.
Because my mom is like very, like, she's like, oh my God, we got this. And then they told me, and I was like, it took me a while to process it, because it's one of those things that you don't, because we went through so many auditions and callbacks, and we're like, it was a pretty long process. Like, it probably took 2 months.
Wow. How many girls would you say you were up against? Do you know?
The first audition, I wasn't sure, but I know the callback was about like 3 other girls.
Okay.
I think.
Okay. So they narrowed it down quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then since it takes so long between process, you think,
I didn't get it.
You didn't get it.
Yeah.
And so it was it had been like probably like 2-3 weeks since I'd completely
That's crazy.
Because once you do an audition, you're like, let's not worry about it, move on to the next audition. And tell me, I'm like, wait, what? And I think until like the first day of shooting, like it still kind of took a while for me to process. We're like, and it still doesn't hit me now. Like I was thinking today, I was like, my life completely changed. Like I can't imagine where I would be if I hadn't gotten it.
So crazy.
What have you been doing in your off time? In between seasons?
I've been hanging out with my friends a lot, and we go rock climbing,
Nice.
and we go kart racing.
Do you go in Valencia,
That's
like up
so
by
fun.
Somar? There's places, I just know that there's a go-kart. It's the only place I know where to go.
I'm not sure where that is.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
We went to somewhere. I wasn't
called
sure.
NB2.
And we'll go to,
NB2, thank you, by, it's like on the way to Six Flags.
oh yeah, we go to Six Flags there all the time too.
cool. Yeah.
Or we'll go to my pool and we're just like make s'mores and stuff.
Yum!
Yeah.
I'm coming over next break.
So good.
Very
I have a question. Do you get any say in how Ramona's room was decorated? Because I love it.
Nice question.
I don't get any say. It was already decorated that when I went
Okay.
up, but I love it.
Yeah,
I
it
was
is,
like, I
like,
have
perfection.
I have no comments.
I'm like,
Yeah, you
too.
find
In a
little
room like that.
trinkets.
yeah.
You're looking through the room and you see this little like trinket and you're like, oh my God. And there's like the sun above the bed.
Yeah.
And I think they changed the kind of like the setup of the room from season 1 and season 2 just to
Yeah.
kind of like make it more teenagery. And I'll spend all my time in there. I'm just like looking through stuff because they have so many decorations and so many props.
Have you taken
Yeah,
any to
it
your
makes me
actual
happy.
room?
No.
She has to say if she has.
Those are
I've
set
taken wardrobe
maybe.
before. I've taken
Set
some wardrobe
secrets.
before.
She still has a job that she has to go
True.
back to.
I've done commercial. Out.
Not saying no, not saying yes.
Okay.
There might be a few things.
Good girl.
I'm
Like under my bed.
Very
How
smart.
dare you ask that question? No, I have not.
But that's awesome. We've had so much fun with you. We have to wrap up, and I'm so bummed that we're out of time.
I want to be here for 5 more hours.
I know. We would love to have you for 5 more hours.
Absolutely.
You've been a blast, and please come back for season 3.
Yes.
I'm so excited for
We'll
season
try to
3.
come on set and join the pizza party. I hope the invite was serious because we will be there.
Of course, you guys come whenever. Just let me know.
Bells on.
We'll get you tickets, watch the show, and then pizza afterwards.
Yes, that would be so awesome.
You all heard her.
I mean, look.
Pizza? We're getting it all.
We're
I didn't hear about
We're
the show. I
going.
just heard about the
Who cares
Only
about
heard
it?
about pizza.
But before we go, do you want to tell them where they can find you guys?
Yes, thank you so much. So excited to have you on here, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Andrea Fasano, and you can find me at Andy Fasano on all social media.
I'm Becca Brown. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Becca B Talks TV.
And I'm Nick Mardi. You can find me everywhere at NickMarty13 and on YouTube at The Latest Late Show with Nick Mardi. That was me.
You want to tell them what your socials?
Twitter is Soni_NicoleB, and Instagram is Soni_Nicole.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at AnnikaMichelle1 and my website, AnnikaMichelle.com. Thank you for watching, guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz. See you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.